Holy, I just filmed all of that and it wasn't recording. I cannot believe that just happened. I don't even know where to start right now. I'm so frustrated right now. And now the light's gonna be fucking with me. All the white balance. I need some natural light in here. Let's try this again. For literally the third time. Hey, I'm Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. So, I have been tagged by two people to do this tag. Nicole from Nicole Reads has tagged me, and BookTuber has tagged me. I think I said that right. I just watched her BookTube video. This is my second time actually filming this because, I don't know, I was all over the place. So, anyways, I just want to especially say thank you to these wonderful women who have tagged me. Nicole and I have been friends for about a little over a month now, and then BookTuber, I just found her like the other day, and a small booktuber just started, and just another book mama. Let's go ahead and just get into the questions. The first question is to introduce yourself. So, well, I'm Michelle, and my booktube name is Michelle Loves Books. He calls me Shelly. My parents used to call me Shelly when I was real little, and then I had a friend back in high school that would call me Shelly. Literally nobody else, except for myself, I guess, now. And then my Twitch name is Hi Shelly, even though I don't really use Twitch, but it's there in case I do explore Twitch. One thing about my personality is I tend to talk a lot. And I ramble a lot. Just ask my friend Tracy. On YouTube, I really try to trim down my videos because I know people would get bored with the tangents that I go on, but I thought I would kind of allow myself to be myself in this video so you can actually, you know, get a sense of who I really am. Yeah, I can go on a ramble. I really can go on a tangent, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in my head, or it doesn't. I am a stay-at-home mom right now. I do have two kids. I have an 11-year-old named Michael, who just started 6th grade, and I have a 9-year-old named Aaron. He is in 4th grade. And right now we are doing e-learning with Aaron because his class is quarantined. My other son's class is not. Whatever. Their quarantine rules makes no sense, but whatever. We have a few pets. We used to have a lot of other pets, but right now we just have 3. We have Aria, she is a standard poodle. Gwen, she is an F2 Savannah cat. I actually have a cats and books tag where I kind of talk about what an F2 Savannah cat is. I will leave that linked below. And then we also have Indica. He is a leopard gecko and he lives in my son's room. Work history. I feel like this is really important. I always like to know what people kind of do, you know? Besides BookTube. Me personally, I used to work for PetSmart. I got with that company when I was 18, living in Dallas, and then I moved to San Diego, transferred with the company, then I moved to Colorado, and I was with that company for 11 years. I went through a lot of changes. I worked with that company for a really long time. I changed a lot while I was working for that company. I had my kids, I got married, all while working for this company, and it was really weird when I eventually quit. But I knew after like 5 years I didn't really want to work with the company very much, but you know, you just kind of have to do what you have to do for your family. My husband completed college and then it was time for me to quit. So I quit and I went back to school, and I ended up starting my own business grooming out of my garage because I had a lot of wonderful clients that still wanted me to work on their dogs, and I love them and I love their dogs as well. So I took a few people and groomed their dogs, and then it exploded and became like a full-time gig while I was a full-time student and a stay-at-home mom. Moves us into school. I graduated magna cum laude, an Associate of Applied Sciences for paralegal. I love that I went to school to be paralegal. I really do. I haven't done anything with it though. I really enjoy my time at home, and it's nice that when my kids don't need me anymore, that I will have something to do. One thing about grooming dogs, you're always a dog groomer, right? Like, I'm still grooming my own dog, and I actually have some of my neighbors that want me to groom their dog. but it's hard work on your body. And so yeah, I'm really proud that I have my degree, even though I haven't done anything with it. I actually plan to next year, 2021, at some point, I do want to get my real estate license, and I feel like my knowledge in paralegal will actually be able to help support that. I think it's also going to set my husband and I up for something we keep talking about for the last couple of years, is maybe getting into investment properties, and this will kind of put me in the right field to understand the market so that we can make those kind of decisions for ourselves as well. Actually, I'm very excited about that. I'm also kind of nervous about it. I know that I'm not the greatest at math, but I think I can learn how to do it. You know, I think I underestimate my potential sometimes. So other things, I guess, just about me, I'm Ravenclaw. I'm very proud of that fact. I love being part of the Ravenclaw community. I like bike riding. We like to go to the parks a lot. Like Universal Studios and things like that. We like to go do that a lot. We love roller coasters. I think since we moved here, we've become a much closer family unit just because we like to do all those things together. Obviously, I'm a big reader and content creator. Arya, come here. Say hi. No, this is Arya, my princess, huh? All right, go away. Also, I like to make things. I like to knit and crochet. I like to just do other random arts and crafts. I know how to sew. I'm not great at it, and I always like have these ideas in my head, but then I just can't ever execute them well. Well, that's pretty much how it goes for a lot of my projects. So I really have kind of quit doing it. I like journaling. I like a hodgepodge of different crafting and things like that. I'm just not very good at any one of them particularly. Well, since I started BookTube, I don't really make a lot of time to do those things. I feel like all my free time goes into YouTube, and I'm totally, perfectly okay with that. Question number 2, how long have you been on BookTube? I have been on BookTube almost 3 years. My first video was posted in April of 2018, literally like a month before I graduated college. Question number 3, what types of videos do you make? I make a lot of different types of videos. I don't really have any like video that consistently, I don't really have like a specific style or niche that I cater to. I just do whatever I want, and I'm a very hodgepodgey type of person. Okay, Twilight lovers, you know how Bella's mom, how she talks about her mom has like these fads where like she did the t-shirt quilt and then she'll move on to something else. That's me. I get like obsessed about something until it's all I want to do, and then I quickly move on to something else. It's kind of frustrating. Like I have ADD in that respect. Like it's very frustrating, I feel like, because once I've kind of lost interest, I can't force myself into figuring it out because I just completely have no interest, and I'm very moody that way, and I'm that way with my reading. Maybe I am ADD. I guess that part of my personality shows through in my content as well, because I've done a bunch of different types of things. Like I've done nail art videos. I've just started doing Sims, and now all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I'm like falling off the bandwagon with that whole idea. I've done like 2 videos that are like Sims related, and now I'm just like, okay, moving on. I'm not moving on. I still have some plans with that. What else? I've done some makeup videos. I did Grisha makeup for a challenge. I do a lot of tags. I like doing tags, which brings me to my next point, are reviews. I don't do a lot of reviews. However, they are the most popular videos on my channel. They get the most traffic. Like one of my reviews has over 1,000 views. If only all of those people hit subscribe, just saying. Those are so popular on my channel, and I don't do them. And I really want to change that. I need to add more just reviews, but I feel like there's so much pressure around a review. Honestly, it's not. I'm making a much bigger deal out of it than it really is. So yeah, like I said, I have videos like all over the place. Oh, I've done skits. Those are fun too, because they do a lot of different challenges. I think this will go into the next question. So let's go ahead and go on to the next question. Question number 4. What do you love about BookTube? I love so many different things. It's a creative outlet for me. I can't imagine having no creative outlet in my life. And so if I wasn't creating videos, I'd be probably doing DIYs. I also really like that it pushes me to read a lot more, and it's taught me about a lot of different books that are available, and like I want to read so many different things I would have never picked up if it weren't for BookTube. Don't know a whole lot of people that I can really talk to about books. So there's definitely that. It puts me in a community where it's okay to just gush about books. In all the almost 3 years that I have been here, I have made a few connections, but I feel like mostly in the past month, I've made a lot more friends actually on BookTube. I feel like after all this time, I'm finally getting that real sense of community. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what the hell just happened. Just stopped filming on me and just shut down. Where did I even leave off? This is like becoming the worst video ever. What do you love about BookTube? I love you guys. I just appreciate so much to know that also the connections that I make with the community. And up until recently, I just kind of been doing my own thing, and I don't know if it's just me being comfortable enough putting myself out there. So you online people make, especially this year, so much easier to tolerate. Like, I am not even kidding. Just being a part of this community on the internet, I would have gone nuts otherwise. There's that. And then also the recent BookTube friends I have made. But you guys mean so much to me, and I just have to give a big shout out. Kat from Brews and Reviews, Kat from Stars and Embers. You guys have probably been like people I consider friends for the longest. And then recently Nicole Reads, and you have such a warm personality, and I feel like we instantaneously like hit it off and just started just yammering on to each other about everything so quickly. And we started a read along. You invited me to do the read along with you, and through that I have made connections with other people that you have recruited for our read-along, and I just am so appreciative of all of you who are doing the read-along. And then beyond that, I've made a few new friends through Twitter and everything else, and that is something else that I think is huge with connecting with others through BookTube is Twitter. And I've only recently started doing Twitter. Like literally in the past month, I've just really felt the warm welcome sense of community. So that has just meant so much to me, and it's brought a whole new light and enthusiasm to BookTube for me. It's not often that I get super sweet and gushy like that, so you might want to save that. It feels very awkward for me. Outwardly thankful. It's not that I do not appreciate, that's just me and my personality. So this is a rare occurrence. Moving on, now that I feel super awkward. And this white balance that drove me nuts, I knew this was going to happen because I've lost daylight. Moving on to question number 5. What types of books do you read? Honestly, I will read anything. I mostly read fantasy. Mostly YA. If I were to like actually look at statistics, that's probably what I mostly read from. However, I'm reading a lot more adult fiction. I have a lot of interests in a lot of things. I just haven't had the time. Always part of the time. I like dystopian, I like science fiction. I've recently discovered my reading tastes are a little bit more picky on the strictly science fiction spectrum. I love historical fiction. Even if it's historical fiction, fantasy, just any of those period pieces just really speak to me. I love it so much. I love comedy much for some of the contemporary romances, contemporary pieces. I've read quite a few of them, and they're never really a genre that I'm just like wild about. I can appreciate them for what they are, but for the most part they don't like fully stick with me. I like to stay up to date and what everyone's gushing about, but not really my cup of tea. There's a lot I always want to read more from. Always. I could have dozens of lists of everything that I want to read more from, and I have plans to do so. Yeah. Mysteries, thrillers, I'm still kind of on the fence about. I still need to read a lot more in that genre to really feel out my feelings on it. I like memoirs. I want to read more of those. I love retellings. I am all over the place in my taste of reading as well. Oh, I love graphic novels. I love manga. Question number 6, what's a favorite video that you've made? This is actually really hard. I've done so many different ones and I have different reasons why I'm proud of specific videos. What you missed was apparently I had to run an update on my iPad. It would not allow me to film anything. So we had dinner and I set up my library thing and was having issues on my Overdrive app. The universe does not want me to finish this video. So, anyways, fuck you, universe. Here we go. Let's see. Where were we? I think we're on question number 6, which is literally like one of the last ones. What's your favorite video that you've made? Oh yeah, that's right. So this is kind of hard because I have quite a few videos. I've made a lot of videos. I've been here for 3 years now, almost. I like a lot of my creative content. I went ahead and just picked 3 just because they are my favorite for different reasons. One of them is one that I actually won a contest for, so that was really cool. They don't do the readathon anymore, but it was for an old the biannual bibliothon. That's right. So it was a DIY challenge, and I basically made a bookmark. I made a bookmark to match this book. I had recently read it, and I had a ribbon that matched this. I'll actually post it up here so you can go check it out. It's really short. I basically use stop motion animation to do a tutorial of how to make a ribbon bookmark that matches that book. That's one of my favorites just because I was really into making bookmarks. I have all these really unique bookmarks and I thought I was going to add them to Etsy and I just never did. Actually, I do have a Store Envy storefront, but I haven't been on there for ages and ages. No, I have not. One of these days when I do a giveaway, I think I might actually include some of my DIY'd bookmarks to give away. This is one of my favorites because I not only got to share something that like a DIY crafty thing and made it bookish, but also I had never used stop motion. I'm always enamored with stop motion and just using technology and learning new editing skills. And this was a really good challenge to learn how to do stop motion. It's not perfect by any means. It is incredibly short. I think if I were to redo it, I could make something a lot better. It took me like 5 hours. I did actually have breaks in between that 5 hours, but it was an ordeal, but it was so worth it. So recently I have done a skit. I'm not new to skits. I have done a few skits for other videos for readathon challenges, but honestly, like, I hate the way they came out. I feel like they're so cringy. I'm a horrible actor. I just, not that you like to be a great actor, it has to be perfect or anything like that, but I personally just hated the way they came out. So I came up with a skit where I dressed up as 6 different characters and I did this whole like interview process, which again, it will be linked below. And I just really was proud of how it came out. I thought that it was funny and came together really well, better than I had expected. I love skits. I love watching skits mostly, and I would love to be able to do skits because I think sometimes I have pretty good ideas, I don't know. And it was actually pretty complex because I had like a script and I like dressed up as one character and did all of their lines. And then I dressed as another character and did all their lines. So there's literally 7 different costumes. Then I had to do the editing process where you have to, I basically opened up 7 different projects on iMovie, cut out their lines, and then figured out how to plug them in to the video where they needed to be. And I kind of wanted some random jump cuts to other characters. I took a lot of inspiration from Kat and Kat, who were also hosts of the readathon that I did this challenge for, but they always do such great skits. And then finally I've done several videos. Actually, I'm proud of all of those videos there, which are a little bit more discussion based and a little bit adds something a little bit more educational to my channel, because I really love channels that have a lot of educational content too, as well as entertaining. I think the most recent video I've done that I really like the way it came out and I feel like it was actually kind of unique is for, I believe it was a 7 on Sundays. It was in lieu of Latinx Heritage Month. Instead of just listing books, I actually did a lot of research on different Latinx authors. And I really wanted to not just highlight their work, but highlight the author. So I'll leave that below as well. But I was really proud of the way that came out, and I would like to do that some more. Granted, I have all these great ideas, but then you like literally as a booktuber, you have to actually read the books so you can really have that knowledge base behind you to talk about them. But I would love to do that a lot more. I didn't do that for a video where it was a prompt. Again, it was a prompt for 7 on Sundays where we celebrate Black History Month and talk about Black authors. And I kind of wish I had done that for that. This year has been fucking crazy. And I kind of wish I had thought of that before as well and done that for that video as well. So I might redo that one. As well, also, not only are we very conscious in the US of the Black community and the Latinx community, but I feel like we always think Black, white, Latinx, or Hispanic, and there's a lot of other cultures out there that I feel like should be celebrated as well. I have a lot of books by Middle Eastern authors, and I feel like I'm missing something with the terminology there, and I apologize, please educate me. As well as like Asian authors as well. Yeah, they each highlight something that I'm really passionate about, and I would love to bring more into my channel. And finally, the 7th question, well, it's not really a question. It's to tag at least 4 small booktube channels to do this tag. I usually suck at tagging anyone. This is the first time I've actually even known enough people that I feel comfortable tagging, because I don't want to just tag perfect strangers that I've never really actually have a conversation with. But now I know several of you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and tag 4 of you, but if I don't tag you, please do this. I believe all of these people have not done this tag. If you have done this tag, sorry. I tag Jess from Verity Books, Nana from Lit Nana, Stephanie at Stephanie Bookish. Lastly, for the 4th person that I tag Rachel at Shipwrecked Library. You definitely go check out their channels. Of course, if you don't want to do this tag, don't feel pressure. I'm not here to pressure anybody to do anything, but I would love to get to know you guys better. Or if anyone else wants to do this tag and you haven't done it, consider yourself tagged. If you like this video and you would like to see more content from me, leave a like and subscribe if you like. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.